Guess I'm making a video. Anybody can make a video these days, but very few of us can lead a state. I don't know if you guys have heard. Probably not, unless you're from Kansas. But Kansas bought the Chiefs. Yeah, barring what they're saying, they're gonna say stuff about why they did what they did, right? This is Kelly's words. Something to the extent that this is going to open up a lot of jobs, bring in tourists, attract young people. You really can't do that unless you're coerced. Um, and most importantly, we're continuing to make Kansas the best place in America to raise a family. They have a way of saying the correct words, but not, let's just say, following through with the behaviors. I don't know if you guys knew, with respect to the Roman Empire and how easy it is to compare it to America. But one of the things that hallmarked the fall of the Roman Empire was state-sponsored gladiator games, which is to say that Rome was stretched out at the end of its empire. But one of the ways it kind of fell down was essentially taking citizens' tax dollars and funneling them into the Colosseum. So basically what happened was, as you had all these different problems, one of them being, you had a bunch of different war efforts going on at the time, and two, you have clearly, well, let's just say financial networks that are not working. But the way you kind of take people's attention away from that stuff is through the gladiator games. And how did Rome do it? Well, they also taxed their constituents. But they were also extremely social. I know that's a weird word, but they did have tax programs, much like we had, where they kind of spread out the wealth. They had, I believe, to certain areas of the population, a daily allotment of wheat or bread. If I'm not getting that history incorrect, I don't believe I am. But you get it. The scenario is as such where they do have a tax-based society. They do have problems, but how they chose to go about handling those problems was to subvert your attention to games. So, anyway, now it's at the cost of an increased sales tax here in Kansas, and we get even more superfluous words about how this is supposed to bring more young families into Kansas. Well, it's almost like, I don't know, pick your favorite abuser, literally track what they're saying and believe the opposite. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they went this route, but as far as I understand, it's already hard enough to get a ticket if you're the average constituent in Kansas. Like, unless you're upper middle, you ain't going, or you're saving up. On top of the other glaring issues, I mean, we've got I have a little bit of a soft spot for education, but you're not paying your constituents, ma'am. Um, I hear you have a substitute shortage from the teachers themselves. Um, when you talk about bringing young families in, you do realize not all of them are going to have a job at the stadium. Um, anyway, I try not to get too involved in the charades of what seems to be politics these days, but this is all clearly a club and you're not in it.